Hello, everyone. Welcome to Game Trade Media. My name is Leona, and I am here with Ian Cooper, who is a game designer. And today we are going to be playing Seastead, which is a two-player game based in the world of Flotilla and actually designed in part by Ian Cooper and also published by WizKids. So I'm super excited for you guys to see us learn about the game, talk about the game, and yeah, let's get into it. So Ian Cooper, thank you for joining us today. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name's Ian Cooper. I live in, that's the easy one. I live in Austin, Texas. It's really hot outside right now. I like to design games.
Super cool. I know you and Jan actually helped design that. So talk a little bit about
Gonzalez. Jan and I met at a local game shop here in Austin at a designer's night, and one day he sent a message to our group chat and asked if anybody wanted to co-design or collaborate, and
one thing led to another.
Well, I wrote back. A bunch of people wrote in and said, "Yeah, it sounds great," and I was the only one saying, "Well, I would, but I'm really hard to stay on focus. I'm a bit scatterbrained. I listed like all of my shortcut, like how hard I think I am probably to work with."
That's hilarious.
I have an extreme perceiving personality, so I'm very kind of sometimes chaotic.
Gotcha.
Then he wrote me and was like, "No, love to, I'd like to get together." And so even with that, all that said, came over and we grabbed some random pieces out of my garage that I just have from old games, and we did some game design improv, where basically one person, you take turns creating a one-sentence rule and using a component, and you just basically do about 12 of these rules back and forth, writing them down.
Nice.
And we ended up with the foundation, the starting point for Flotilla. At the very original version of it, it was like, medieval fantasy kingdoms, but
gotcha.
That's what started it. And we've been designing together for over a year, maybe a year and a half now, and we're continuing to design together. It's really good.
That's awesome. So Flotilla, for those of you who might not know, that's a game that came out, was that last year or 2 years ago?
Flotilla, I've never played Flotilla. People tell me it's great, and I would love to play it. I just haven't had the opportunity to play it. I really want to, but
gotcha.
I think it was a couple years ago.
So Seastead is based in that world, which is all about like sea and sky and sort of choosing when you're gonna flip tiles. But this is interesting because it's a two-player game as opposed to a multiplayer.
I love the theme, actually. Like, I was a big water world. I mean, I loved the movie. I mean, people probably hated it, but I loved it growing up. So I love that kind of, the theme of it's really cool to me. When they told me, originally, I think when I first pitched the game to Zev and Daniel Solis, who also works in WizKids, I think they originally said something like, we might do this in a fantasy land with orcs going around villages. Okay. And I was like, oh, okay, all right, cool. And then later on they sent a message saying, no, it's going to be Seastead, it's going to be in the Flotilla universe. And I was like really excited about it. I was like, yeah, I like that better. I love the not to say I dislike orcs and fantasy, but this immediately clicked for me. I was like, oh, this is great. I love the idea of the tiles being flotillas. I love, yeah, everything worked. It just came together, really almost perfectly.
That's awesome. And really nice sometimes when a theme can sort of marry with the gameplay, which I think in this case it really does.
It's way better than the theme that we originally had tacked on it. It really is.
That's good. So that kind of gives people watching a little bit of insight
Yeah.
into sometimes you can have a theme, but it doesn't end up being the one that's actually on the table.
Yeah.
Which is fun. So for our game today, we are going to be using Tabletop Simulator. And let me click that over so people can see it here. Which the game will be a physical game, but today we're just going to be using Tabletop Simulator as our setup and our playthrough. If you guys have any questions while we're playing, feel free to put them in the chat. Or if you're watching after the fact, we will also put them in the comments because we'll answer them later. So, Ian, if you want to kind of get us started with what's on the board, and then we can just start playing.
Yeah. Okay, so the quick overview of the game is simply we're trying to build up these different types of buildings on these flotillas. Ultimately, so at the end of the game, we can score the most points. So these are the these are the 4 flotillas that they're already out there, but we are building on them. Trying to make them better, so these flotillas, each of these flotillas needs something. So there's a demand in the center of each flotilla. So these demands are going to be what you need to basically give to discard in order for this flotilla to allow you to build on the flotilla. So you're basically, they're not going to let you build on their flotilla unless you give them what they're needing at the time. So this is artifacts, this is fish, this is steel or metal, and this is kelp. Now these demands can change throughout the game. They can, there's some swapping that can happen during the game. So eventually this flotilla might not want artifacts anymore. They might want kelp. So yeah, we're going to be spending the resources that match the demand of the flotilla to build onto it. And the amount of resources that you have to spend is going to be based on where on the flotilla you're building. So each flotilla has 6 locations, and each location has a cost. So these first 2 locations cost 2 each. So to build here would cost 2 resources of this type of the kelp. And then there's a lot more I'll kind of go into when it comes up. All these locations have abilities, and your building types. There's 3 different types of buildings. They all have different abilities. So there's a lot of different abilities in the game. Lots of things you can trigger. You can create combos, that kind of thing. So to start the game, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to shuffle this deck, and I want to shuffle it until I'm the start player.
Okay. Yep.
Just so I could kind of show the way this is going to start easier. So this is the starting of the dive deck. This is the first dive card. And this card is going to, it's going to show us who starts. So the orange, the orange arrow means that should be pointed at me. And that's important because when you take a dive card and you put it into the discard pile, you're going to orient it in a way where some resources are facing you, and the other half of the card's resources are facing your opponent. So in this case, I'll be taking a fish and a kelp, and you'll be taking a artifact and a metal.
A metal. Cool.
The other thing that this starting card tells you is which demand is, thank you, by the way, which demand is going to be flipped, so locked. So at the start of the game, metal is going to be locked, and that'll we'll explain that later when it comes up.
Yeah.
So these are going to be the depth cards. I'm going to shuffle these. When you see this, when the back of one of these depth cards becomes visible, that's going to trigger the end of the game. And there's several different ways the game can end. I'm going to shuffle these, put those on top, and we are ready to go. So that's set up.
Cool.
It's very, very quick and simple.
Especially on Tabletop Simulator.
yeah, that's true. That's true. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the first turn. So that was just set up. Normally this would actually be a dive action, but yeah, this is just kind of the starting setup. So on my turn, I can do one of two things. I can either build or I can do a dive. And we just went over what that looks like.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do a build action to start. And I think what I'm going to do is I am going to build here, right here on this green, on this flotilla that wants kelp. And I'm going to spend, so normally if you look at this space, it says it costs 2, but it has this little price tag and it shows the icon for a port.
Right.
So that's basically going to give me a, in this case right here, it costs 1 resource or 1 less resource. So to build a port here, now I could build something else. If I wanted to build one of these other buildings, I could build one of these, which is, that's an academy or a shipyard. I could, but then I would have to pay the full price.
Gotcha.
And I don't want to do that. So I'm going to pay 1 kelp. And I'm going to build my first port. When you build ports, you have to build them from left to right. And that's important. I'll talk about why that is later. So the first thing you do when you build is you resolve the buildings effect. And the buildings effect for a port is to take one of these dock tiles. And you can choose any of these dock tiles. I'm going to choose this one. And I'm going to put that there. A new dock tile would come out. And so what this dock tile is going to do is it's going to do a couple things. Since I own this dock tile, at the end of the game, it's going to let me trade in leftover kelp for victory points. So that's kind of the end game effect. And I can do that up to a maximum of 3. The other thing this is going to do is also for in-game scoring purposes, but not just for me. These in-game scoring aspects affect both of us. So what this means is anything that's built in the light area, which kind of pertains, it kind of shows here. This is the represents the hex, the flotilla where you are. Mm-hmm. So it's showing that a building built here doesn't give you any bonus points. But if you build a shipyard here, it will give you, will give the owner of that shipyard a bonus point at the end of the game. And a shipyard here would give the owner of that shipyard 2 bonus points at the end of the game. And the reason why I put this one here is this is going to make an academy, whoever owns an academy in this spot, that academy is going to be worth 3 points to that player. So I'm hoping that I can get an academy in here before you can get an academy in here. So the race is on, right? So that's why I did that. And the other reason I did that is because once I finish doing the buildings effect, which is to put a port tile, I get to do the location effect. So the location effect of this is simply take a resource of my choice, and this little icon right there means not that does not match the current flotilla's demand. So I can't take kelp, but I could take anything else. So in this case, I already have a fish, so I think I may take fish. That way
Makes
I can,
sense.
yeah. So I can kind of double up and build up here. And so that's my whole turn.
And then it would be my turn. We do have a question in the chat. Is this game out now or is it releasing soon? It is going to be releasing in October, I believe.
Yeah, that's exactly, that's what
this
I've heard.
game is not out now, but it is planned to be releasing in the fall. So be looking forward for that. I will be. Ooh, do I want an academy? Yeah, let me do that. Can I do that? Yep. Okay. So I'm going to spend 1 metal to build on this flotilla tile, and I'm going to build the academy right here because of since I built an academy there, I get it less than
right.
only
You
1.
only have to spend 1. Yep, and that's going to give you one of these specialist cards, and which all the specialist cards do awesome, amazing, rule-breaking things.
Yes.
You can only use each one once. There is a way to flip them over, but we'll go into that later. But yeah, in general, you're only going to get to use one of these specialists once per game, but they're really powerful.
Awesome. I'm excited. Also, we have someone asking, what is this game? This is Seastead, which is coming out in October. And 𝙂𝙖𝙢𝙤𝙤 here is actually the designer. So for people watching, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them.
One of the designers.
One of the designers, excuse me. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm going to look at the specialist cards. We have the Diplomat, which takes 1 cleanup token from the supply. And we also have Boatswain. Choose a location that has one of your ships and resolve the location effect. Ooh, that's not bad, especially since I like boats. Dealer, when you play a build cost of 4+ resources, spend resources of a different type instead of the type indicated by the demand token. Ooh,
yes.
wow.
So that just means like if you wanted to build here, you could use something other than fish.
Yeah, I could use metal, or I think I'm going to take this lady here.
Okay. So another specialist comes out.
And that one is Scrapper. When you take a build action, substitute cleanup tokens for any portion of the build cost. Okay.
Oh yeah, she's great. I really like if you go for cleanup tokens, but yeah. That's really useful.
All right, so now it is your turn.
Okay.
Oh wait, unless do I have a?
No, this spot.
Oh yeah, I don't have any action to resolve.
Yeah.
So, your turn.
Okay, I am going to build a shipyard. I'm going to build a cheap shipyard over here.
Okay.
For one food, or sorry, one fish.
Yeah.
It's food, fish.
Fish are friends.
Yeah. So I'm going to build that there. When that happens, so the effect of the building is that I get to put a ship out, and so as soon as you put a ship out, the ship needs to go somewhere that doesn't have a building. So it has to be an available spot, which means there's nothing built there, and there can't be another boat there. So in this case, I can basically choose any flotilla that I want to sail my ship to, and it's going to go to the lowest costing space of that flotilla. So if I wanted to put that here, that would work. And what the ship does is it makes the cost of that location cheaper, 1 less.
Cool.
So if I put this here, it would make it a 1 cost to build in here. The thing is, it allows either of us can use it. So you can use my ship to build. The thing is, if you use my ship, I get a resource of my choice from the supply.
Gotcha.
Now you get a discount of one, which is nice, but again, it makes it easier for me to maybe do something I want to do. So yeah, so I think I am going to do that. And
that makes sense.
yeah, and then this one, the location of this is turn a resource into a cleanup token, and I'm going to do that because I have. Oh no, I haven't taken her yet. Oh, I want to take her. The scrap.
Oh yeah,
I'm planning on maybe taking. No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna change my strategy now. I am going to do that though. I think having cleanup tokens is good, and I'm probably going to want to dive anyway. So so it doesn't matter. All right, so that's it. I'm done.
One of our friends in the chat says food seems fishy. Aha. It's a good pun. All right, so now I'm here.
Kelp is food too, though.
Okay, that's true. I don't really want to build a port, but I'm going to. Okay, so I'm going to build a port here. And that allows me to pick up a resource of my choice, which I will choose kelp. And then I also choose one of these lovely tokens, which at this point,
sometimes you want to put out something you just don't think that I can build because you're like, and ultimately you want to try and build it, but you don't want me to build into those spots. It's risky.
Okay. I'm going to place this tile.
Yep.
Okay. That is
and did you already took your
I did. I took kelp. Cool. So later in the game, for those watching, this card will influence these places in terms of victory points.
You made it appealing to put a shipyard there. I would like a shipyard. I'm gonna go diving.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
That's a good card.
That is not a good card.
Wait, it's not? Oh.
Not a good card. I haven't decided how I'm gonna. So let me think about this.
That's fair.
If I give you 2 kill, do I really want to do that?
Oh yeah, for you it's not a good card.
No, it's a horrible card for me. Man. Yeah, I'm gonna take the 2 artifacts.
Okay.
I think.
That makes sense.
Risky. Well, it's risky. I don't know. We'll see.
A friend in the chat says, I couldn't kelp myself. A good joke. All right, so that's your dive action?
Yep, I'm done.
Cool. I will... Oh, I don't get any points for the scowl. That's okay.
All right.
I am going to build...
That's why I put it there.
A shipyard here.
I totally put it there. Yeah.
Which I don't get to move which that's fine. And I'm not gonna.
You can turn, yeah. So yeah, okay. So what happens is the first thing that happens is I get to move.
You get to move. Okay, yeah. Have you move?
Yep. So I think I will move my ship. This is hard now. Really. Well, it's fine. I'll go ahead and I'll put my ship there. You're going to put your ship there if I don't. I mean, yes. That's what I feel like is going to happen. So I'm going to put my ship there, so I get something out of it. And then now you're going to put your ship somewhere.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put my ship here. Yep. And my special thing is that I can change these tiles into other tiles, correct?
Yeah, so that
resources.
give you
Excuse me.
two. Yeah, yeah. No, that's going to give you 2 resource swaps. So you
Cool.
can turn 2 resources into any other 2 resources, and they can be whatever you want.
Gotcha. So I will do that, and I will turn them both into kelp.
Mm-hmm. So the last thing on your turn is you cleared off a whole column.
Woohoo!
So you're going to get a column bonus, which is what this little thing does is it allows you to swap demands of 2 flotillas. Now you can't swap. I remember I said at the very beginning this metal was locked.
Right.
You can't swap metal, but you can swap any of these other 3
Okay.
demands. So
if I had remembered that, I would have played differently, but that's okay.
and you don't have to. It's an optional thing. It's a may, not a must.
I'm gonna leave them alone for now. Yeah,
okay.
I won't flip them.
And the other interesting thing that does is it leaves metal locked. So if you were to do a swap, you would unlock metal and you would lock one of the 2 that got swapped. So you can kind of protect an area. But if you leave it, then the metal is going to stay locked. Does that make?
Yes.
Yeah. So there's reasons why you might do both.
I'll just leave it.
Okay.
For now.
Okay.
I don't want to think too hard.
Okay, so back to me.
Yes.
All right. So you are clearly going to be able to build at that flotilla, and I can't. So I am going to. I'm going to build there.
Okay.
So I'm going to build at purple. I'm going to build a shipyard. It's going to cost me 2 purple or 2 artifacts. There's my second one.
Very nice.
And I'm going to put a boat out. Let's see. Where would I want to go? I think I'm going to leave it there. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. So, and then the special ability is due to swaps. However, I don't have anything to swap. So I'm done.
Okay. Cool. I will build. I'm going to spend 2 kelp and build an academy here. With that, I get I'm
gonna move my ship.
Shipyard. Shipyards are interesting because they kind of add a turn ahead strategy.
They do. So 2 things happen for me. I get a resource of my choice because you built using my ship. Cool. I get to also place my ship somewhere. So I'm going to, I think I'm going to go over here.
Okay.
And I'm going to take a blue. I'm going to take a fish. I can see that you're not going to be able to do a swap. So I'm pretty safe there. And so, yeah, go ahead and continue your turn.
Yeah, I thought you were going to do a swap last turn, but it made sense not to. So then I pick a specialist, which is the diplomat. Take 1 cleanup supply located. Take 1 cleanup token from the supply for each ship located at the flotilla tile. Oh, okay. That's kind of nice. Dealer, when you play, cost of 4 resources. Okay, I think I'll take this guy.
Okay.
There we go. The new specialist card out is the captain. After you complete a dive action, resolve up to 2 ship movements. You may move 1 ship twice. Oh, wow. So that's a nice boat moving card.
It's especially nice if you have the boatswain.
Yeah.
By the way,
Choose a location that has one of your ships and resolve the location effect.
yeah,
I almost
because
forgot.
you could use the captain to get like a ship all the way up here on one of these higher spots, and then
Oh,
use
wow.
to activate it. Yeah. So.
And then this location effect is the...
So that one, this is kind of the reuse one. So you can pick any building that you've already built, and you can use the locations ability of where that building is. So
Okay.
in this case,
I only have one other. No,
you have
I...
this one, which lets you do swaps, and you have this one that lets you take something that's not purple. So
Okay.
you could do either of those, which are actually both good.
I will do that then.
Yeah.
But I don't know what resource I want. I don't want metal. Maybe I do want metal. I'll take kelp. I'll take some more kelp.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't let you get away with just taking over that tile, especially it's especially upsetting because I built that
right.
And yeah, it upsets me.
All right, it is your turn now.
It's my turn.
With your fish.
Yeah. So I'm going to build here with my fish. It's going to cost me 1. And I really want an academy. Do I want an academy there? Actually, oh man. Actually, I'm going to build a port there because I really want to make that spot worth
like awesome
victory points. Yeah, for me. So
makes sense.
Yeah, I'm going to build a port. I'm going to. I'm not sure where I'm going to move my ship yet, but I'm going to just kind of get it out of the way.
That's fair.
And then I'm going to take this one. So this is going to make this worth 2 points at the end of the game.
Cool.
I'm going to move this. I don't want you to have unlimited control over this this one, so I'm going to go ahead and put my
fair
there. And my location ability is to take a resource that's not blue. So where do I want to go? Actually, oh man, yeah, I'll take kelp. All right, kelp is eventually going to get swapped, but I'm sure.
Yeah,
but I'm done. Oh, and another port tile comes out.
Take one. Choose a location that has one. Oh, I think I did this. Yeah, I did this.
Oh, so you just go ahead and flip them over.
Yeah. I just was looking at it. It was like, oh, it would be nice to do that again. Don't worry, I won't.
Now, if you build all of your academies, whenever you build like a full row of buildings, you get to activate one of these special row bonuses. And the row bonus for building all of your academies is you get to flip over one of your previously used specialists. So
nice.
Using that, you could actually use your boatswain twice.
Which would be fine. I don't think I can actually buy anything.
Yeah, I don't think
moment, so I have to dive.
Yep. Yay.
Let's see for me what this is. Okay, iron and fish or iron and artifact.
Oh, that's not good.
Not particularly lovely for everyone involved, but I think I'll go iron and artifact. I'll keep it that way. So okay. You get iron and fish.
Okay.
All right, and then it is your turn.
Yeah, which I don't have, I think, anything I can really use to build. So back to me, and this is horrible. I'm gonna have to build, dive, and then you're going to get to build. All right, so I'm not giving you kelp.
That's fair.
I think that's probably my main takeaway there. So you can have fish and artifact.
Okay, cool. I have many resources now.
Yeah.
All right. So I will build. What was it? What is it that I need to build here?
So
A
academy will score you a point at the end of the game for an academy there in that location.
That 6 card is really looking nice. Okay, then I will do that. I want to get both of them. Okay, that's fine. I will spend 2 artifacts to build an academy here. You get to move your
ship.
I
think I will move my ship maybe here.
Oh yeah, and I'm going to pick the captain.
Okay. Cool. All right. So I am going to do I'm going to do a build right here using my boat. Spend 1 metal.
Oh, I forgot to do the action, the location ability, which was to reuse one of.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, yeah, that was to
reuse one of your buildings. I'm sorry, I got ahead.
That's okay. Which I will use the one that's for this shipyard over here, which is the exchange.
Yep.
And I'll exchange, and that's what I'll. Oh.
You could also change this blue one if you want.
I could. Yeah. Are you gonna move your? Okay, I'll do it. I'll just go all in.
Yeah. Okay. So I am going to build using 1 metal, using my ship, and I'm going to build an academy. I'm going to take. I am going to take the scrapper.
Good card.
These, yeah.
And the broker comes out.
Yeah. So so that's going to let me take a resource of my choice that isn't metal. I think I will take. I'll take a purple. Yeah. And then I'm going to move my boat somewhere. And I think I'll move my boat over here.
Yeah, that seems good.
And then I'm going to do a swap. So now this is my first swap of the game. So now I'm going to swap kelp.
I'm done.
I know. The kelp.
The swap.
And, is that the swap I want to make? Man, that's hard. I think that is what I'm going to do.
Okay.
So this unflips.
Yep.
And then one of these 2 becomes locked, and I think I will lock. Ooh, yeah, I think I'll lock the fish.
The swap is a very powerful move.
Yes.
Not gonna lie.
No, it is. You have to really keep an eye on what your opponent. So
yeah,
one of the things I do, and I learned this from Dan because Dan beats me a lot, even though he says it's not true. Is to build other buildings, so you have one building type, so that you can basically kind of do multiple swaps if you need. You're kind of like keeping your swaps like loaded.
right.
You can use them. You're saving them up because that kind of becomes a resource. Being able to swap is something it's a powerful resource.
I am definitely feeling the lack of not having it ready.
Yeah, it's going to take you a while to get a swap. So yeah.
Okay, was that
Yeah,
the
that was it. That was my
end
turn.
of your turn?
Yep.
All right. So, okay. Well, I really need to. I want to build. Well, I wanted to build a shipyard
Mhm.
over here.
I know.
Mhm. Okay, I'm still gonna build a shipyard right here,
Mhm.
and that will take 2 resources of mine. With that, you will move your ship.
Yep. Oops.
And does that happen first before I put mine down?
Yeah. So the ship happens. The boat movement happens immediately.
Cool.
So where? So it's painful. Where do I want to be able to go? Do I want to do that? Yeah, I do. I want to do that. Okay. That was my boat movement,
Okay.
ship movement.
I will put mine right here.
Okay.
And then I have to resolve my location.
Did you take did you take a specialist yet?
Oh, I built a shipyard.
Oh, duh. Not sure why. Okay. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I
Shipyard.
think so it's that I can turn things into radiation.
Cleanup tokens.
Cleanup. Excuse me. Thank you.
No, we're not.
They have the radiation
We're
symbol
not adding radiation.
to the water. That
Yeah.
sounds good. But I'll just not do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Or should I? Or should I do that?
They're points, but you know, it's
Actually,
hard
I
to
will.
tell.
I'll just do it. I'll do 2. I'll go all in.
It does mean that you're going to have to dive. You're going to be forced to dive, but I think you might have been
Yes.
forced to dive anyway. So
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
yeah. All right. So back to
Back
me.
to you.
All right. So
It's interesting.
all
There's a
right.
lot going on the board right now.
There is. It gets. So I'm gonna do something slightly tricky.
Okay.
So I'm gonna build here. So the discount, basically this counts as a discount, and I'm also going to use the scrapper. So the scrapper says when I use a build action, I can substitute cleanup tokens for any portion of the build cost. Return all cleanup tokens spent this way to the game box. So I'm spending points, but I'm basically going to use 2 artifacts and a cleanup token to build into that location.
Cool.
So there's that, and then my scrapper gets flipped. So kind of losing points doing it. I'm losing 2 points because specialists are worth a point at the end of the game if they're unused.
Okay.
So that kind of cost a bit for me to do. I'm going to build a port here. And I'm going to take this port right here, because what this port does is it makes, and this kind of is a wash, except for the fact that it's going to give me some other in-game scoring potential, but it's going to make this spot worth 3 points, and it's already worth 2 points. So I'm kind of stacking it up. So I've just made this spot worth 5 points in addition to the locations points itself. So that one move, gave me quite a few points, or a few points. I think it's probably worth losing a couple points to gain what I gain.
That's fair.
I hope.
Can you move this ship, or does it
So
just
so
stay here?
I have to move this ship, and I can move this ship wherever I want. I think I'm going to move it here because that is an attractive spot. Either, yeah. So, and then the special ability of this location is that I get to take my side of the face-up dive card. So that's going to give me a purple and a kelp.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And the location ability of this one over here, the 6, is take all of the resources on the face-up dive card. So if you can get one of these spaces, it's super awesome.
And then I believe it is my turn.
It is. It is.
Oh, okay.
Well, I have my preference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep these 2 artifacts for myself, right? Is that what I want to do? Oh man.
That might be.
Am I just, yeah, that's what I'm just gonna do that. Yeah, no, actually that is what I will do.
Okay.
With that, I'm also going to play my captain. After you complete a dive action, resolve up to 2 ship movements. You may move 1 ship twice or 2 ships once. Which I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to think about moving 1 ship twice. Yeah, I can flip that if you want.
All right. Which? Oh, you are you using? Did you use the captain?
I was thinking of using it.
Okay. Yeah.
Or do you think I should not use it?
You know, I don't know if you have a place that you want to build into that you know you want to get that discount for. Yeah, absolutely. You know, it kind of like if you're trying to take over a tile, or you think I'm going, you know, like heavy to take over a flotilla, you might put your ships there because it gives you resources. You know, so it's can be a deterrent. It can also just be, it's just good to get resources. I mean, it's always good.
Actually, I won't do that. I'll just, that was my dive move, and then you can play, make your move. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what did I want to do? Now I'm confused. So I think I'm going to build. Oh. This is getting tricky.
Yeah, there's quite a bit happening on each of the tiles.
Yeah. One thing. One thing. One of these should definitely be out. Sorry.
No, that's okay. There's a good spot right here.
Oh, I can't build into that yet.
Because that's good. I'm glad.
Yeah. I could, the only place I could build.
Potentially could build an academy
build
and
right
help
here.
yourself.
I
Yeah.
could definitely build right there, but I'm not sure I see a great reason. I mean, it'll give me 1 victory point, and well, it actually gives me 3. Yeah, it's kind of all right. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. It's gonna give you a resource of your choice. And I am going to build a, now I'm going to build an academy.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah. So I'm building an academy there, and
I'm going to take metal.
So let's see, how many ports do I have? Yeah, he's really good right now. All right, I'm going to take the broker. Oops. Okay. And
and then I get to move this guy.
You do. That happens right away. Actually, that happens before I do my resolve the rest of my turn. So that happens immediately. Okay, and then I'm going to turn one resource into two resources.
Okay.
And I am going to go for. I'm going to turn this this purple into two fishes, and I'm going to ignore my swap. Now I'm kind of going heavy into fish, so I don't want to swap demands.
Right.
So I'm gonna leave that there.
That's fair. That is fair. Okay. I think I have to dive. I can't actually buy anything. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, that is part of one of the things you're trying to do is trying to swap things around and make it so that your opponent is kind of forced to dive, because anytime you can force your opponent to dive, you're forcing them to give you resources. So
right, it makes sense. I am going to that's the way I want to orient the card.
Okay.
So I get a fish, a metal, and an artifact, and that's all I do this turn.
Yep.
Unless I play my...
Yeah, you could.
Captain.
So, you know...
Actually, I do want to play...
Yeah, you totally...
I do want to play my captain. I'm going to play...
Because you could use your captain and this together and get some points. That's one way to use them.
Yep, that's what I'll do. Okay. And now it's your turn.
Well, did you move your boats?
Yes. I'm going to keep this one here.
You get to do two. Okay. So where did you move your boats from?
It was from here.
From there. You're moving them both there. Oh, okay. Okay, I see. Cool. All right. Oh, you made it harder for me to build over there.
Ding.
Yeah. Oh. So now you just forced me to dive. So that
okay.
So you got it. So yeah, because now I can't. I don't have enough. I did have enough. Now I don't have enough to build there. So yeah, I'm gonna have to dive and give you. Ooh. All right. Well, you get a bunch. You get one. You get those three, and I'm taking lots of fish. I like
fishmonger.
Yes. I like fish. Oh man. Yeah, so it's your turn.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I knew it was my turn. Sorry, folks. I was trying to figure out how to get me a lot of points, which I don't. Okay, that one's not bad if I'm orienting it, but it gives you a lot of points too. Oh.
Yeah, it gets the more, towards the later of the game. I mean, it starts getting really tense. I mean, I've played this game a lot, and I still can't help but feel like really tense towards the end.
All right, I think I'm going to do it just because that's what my brain thought. I'm going to spend these 4 artifacts to build a port here.
Cool.
Which you get to move and also choose.
I do. Okay, so I'm going to take, I'll take a green. I'm really happy you did that move.
Yeah, I think I might have just helped you like way too much, but that's okay.
I think you helped me.
Yeah. Oh wow! I didn't even see
really
that.
wanting to get my boat over into this area.
Oh well.
I was like, how am I going to do that?
And then I get to choose 2 resources, which
You do.
Yeah, I kind of didn't do what I was planning on doing, but
And
oh well.
if you want a mulligan, I could totally. I don't mind.
No, it's okay. I'll keep it.
Everybody should get
keep
at
it.
least 1 mulligan per game, no matter what.
These tokens are going to be changed.
Okay. And then this becomes unlocked.
And I will lock this token because I get to choose which token.
Oh, it has to be one of the 2 that you swapped.
Okay. I
To
will
make the decision
lock the kelp.
more painful. Okay. So yeah, I am going to
big money.
Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to build using all. So I'm going to use my boat here to build into the 6 spot, and that's going to be really, really awesome. So I'm going to build. Oh, do I want to do that? No, I'm going to build a shipyard. Because it's just a shipyard will give me some extra points, and I want points.
That makes sense.
And I don't have too much. Yeah, and I don't have a whole lot else built here, and I don't want to open up more scoring. So I'm going to do that, and
move your boat.
This, yeah, I'll move that. Actually, I'm going to move this over here to this 6 spot, and then I'm going to put another boat out. So I'll put this boat right there, and another port should be out, by the way. And then, so this is going to give me, so the special power of this location is super powerful because it gives me all the resources on the current dive card.
Wow.
So yeah, it's going to give me 2 kelp, and it's just kind of, that's the optimal time to do it. Like, yeah, it's just timing. So there we go. So yep, and I think I'm done.
Okay.
So one of the game end triggers, there's a couple of them, but one of them is when all of the spaces of a single flotilla are filled.
Okay.
It will trigger the end of the game. What happens at the end of the game is you'll finish the current round. So I started. So if I was to finish it, if I was to trigger it, you would get a turn that would finish the round. Then we would play 1 more full round.
Gotcha. Oh, and I locked that. Well, I didn't think you were going to have that many kelp. Okay. Let me build. The problem is I don't want to be the one to build this port because I want points. I'm going to build for only 2 money, I'm going to build a port there.
Okay.
And let me just look at the ports real quick. This is, I believe, the one I want.
What does that do? So that one, yeah, that's going to make this worth 2 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That will be.
And it doesn't give me any points. That's the way to do it.
And then I will put my ship over here.
Okay.
Or wait, I'll put him here. Yep. Let's do it that way.
Okay. So I just need one more kelp.
Yep.
How am I going to get that one last kelp? Getting hard. I think I'm going to have to dive. I don't think there's anywhere I can build for two or one. So, yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to have to dive. Okay, well, there's my kelp. So I'm going to give you two metal.
Okay.
And so that gives me an artifact, a fish, and a kelp. Okay.
Ugh.
Yeah, so now
I'm
it's
like
your
a turn behind.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you're going to end the game round next round.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, but I could still try and get myself. That's a port and a shipyard. Okay. With the 3 money actually, +1, I'm going to build a port here.
Uh-huh.
And then I will use this card.
Okay.
I'm just going to put my ship here for now.
Let's see, what is that?
Well,
no, that's not going to score. So that's an academy.
Oh, it's an academy.
Yeah.
Oh.
So ports never score for themselves.
I thought that was an academy.
Sorry.
Shoot.
No. Build something different.
Well, if I build my academy here, or no, I'll build a shipyard here.
Yeah. That'll give you a point plus these 2 points. So if you could build in here, that would be worth 2 points. But did you have 4 metal?
I did.
Because you could have built right here.
Oh.
And so using my ship, right?
Oh,
you
okay.
Build there using my ship. It doesn't really matter about giving me a resource because at this point, I'm going to be able to build anyway. And this is going to give you 2 cleanup tokens. It's going to give you 2
That's
more
not a bad
for there, and it's going to give you. So that gave you 6 points. So it was a 6-point move.
That is not bad. And I also get to, because I build all of my academies, I get to flip over.
You do.
One of my specialists, which I don't really remember what they do.
You can use it right away. You can use your specialist.
Oh, okay. I'm going to choose a location. Wait, do I have one that gives
where
me...
you have a boat? So this one right here would give you your resources on this side, which would not be bad because it would give you metal and allow you to build. Now I might do. No, I'm probably not going to build an academy. You can kind of tell what I'm going to probably build just by looking over here and seeing. I'm going to score points if I build a shipyard. So.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to reuse the captain. Yeah, I mean, I think you're about to end the game, so that's not very helpful.
Yeah, no, definitely gonna. So you gotta think you're gonna get one more turn, like after I end the game. Actually, after I end the game, you're gonna get 2 turns.
Gotcha. Okay, so I still do have a little time.
Right.
To do something. Okay, so that's not bad. So this gives me one side. Yeah, I'll just.
So you'll take the 2 metal.
Then that's what I'll do. I think that's the wisest choice. And I believe now that is your turn.
Okay. So yeah, I am going to...
Over to you.
Yeah, thank you. So I am going to surprise in trigger the end of the game. So I have the 5 kelp to build there.
Very healthy.
I'm going to very kelpy. I love kelp, but yeah. So we'll build a shipyard there. So because it's going to be worth 2 points, worth 6. Plus, it gives me it makes me do a boat movement. So I guess I'll just drop that over there, and it's going to give me all of the resources again off of this tile. So so it's really powerful, and I am going to be able to use some of those resources
later
to trade them in for victory points at the end of the game. Yeah, so is that right? Okay, so yeah, I think that's it. I did my boat movement. Oh, and I do actually. Oh, I have to put out this last boat. So I got all of my boats out, and this ability right here, it triggers and it lets me move. I can basically freely move any of my boats anywhere I want. I can ignore the normal boat movement rules.
Okay.
So I can just. I mean, except for the fact that they have to be at available spaces. They have to be somewhere that they can actually go, but I don't have to go to the lowest space. I don't think it matters, but I'll go ahead and I'll do a boat movement. And that's it. I'm done.
A friend in the chat says, I hope in this game turns are called waves.
That's a good idea.
Only. Revamp it. No.
Or rounds. Maybe
rounds are called waves.
Yeah, that's great, actually. I really wish I had thought of that before. That's awesome.
Okay, I'm going to do my sad little shipyard buy here. I think. And so with 3 resources, I will purchase a shipyard. Here.
If there are no spaces,
technically I can move it there.
Yeah, there is a space.
And I can do my...
You have to put a new one out though, right?
I do, yes.
And if there are no spaces that you can put a boat, then the boat actually gets scrapped and you get a cleanup token.
Okay.
So it just goes out of the game and you get a cleanup token. So cool. So your boats are never useless.
Gotcha.
You can decommission them or scrap them and get points for them.
Oh yeah, I used this lady like last round. I'm going to use this guy, which gives me cleanup tokens for a tile for each boat. One token from supply for each ship located at a flotilla tile. Oh, with a locked
yeah. Sorry.
I should have done that 2 rounds ago. What was
yeah, where was it?
Because it was on fish for a little while.
I mean, I'm cool with you saying you did it. I don't mind. Really. If it was here and you had 2 boats, go ahead and flip it and take it. I mean, if you don't flip it, it's still going to be worth a point. If you do flip it, you just take 2 points. So it's not a big deal.
Okay, I won't flip it. I'll keep it because I should have thought of that earlier. And then my location ability is to exchange. So am I still getting a turn after this one?
So let's see. I triggered it. This was your turn.
Yes.
This is right after triggering the end, right?
Correct.
So yeah, we'll play one last round. So I'll get 1 more turn.
Okay. Then I am going to... What does this location ability do again? For 1 token, I can exchange.
So you can turn 1 resource into 2 resources of your choice. And it can even be like you could turn a fish into 2 fish if you wanted, or you could turn a metal into 2 fish, or
that's
however you want to do it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. 1 fish into 2 fish. 1 iron into
metal,
two.
metal into
Yeah.
two. Well, you're trading. You're trading with the fish people.
I speak with them. And
Yes.
now it is your turn after all
Okay.
that.
So this is my last turn.
Gotcha. With all those resources, if
Well,
only.
yeah, and there's just like, well, actually, the only place I could go, let's see, I can't quite build there. Yeah, I can't build there. Can't
Oh, I
build there.
didn't
I
notice
can
that you
build.
had
I can.
fishy fish too.
Yeah, I can do this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it
Well,
behooves you to build on the space that I can't purchase,
yeah.
because then you'll get
Well,
a
if
point.
I build here, oh, I don't
But
have
you
any
don't have any
shipyards.
shipyards.
Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible. Is there any place I can? No, that's basically it. Wow. All right. Does it do me any good? Let me think about this for a second. Do I have a blue port? I don't. I don't have a blue port. I wish I could turn these into points at the end of the game, but I won't be able to. So I
Gotcha.
might as well. I might as well go ahead and I have a purple port. I have a green port. All right. So I am going to do this. So I'm going to build here using your boat,
Okay.
using four fish, and I'm going to do this. I think this is what I want to do. So I'm going to build my last port tile there. So you get to move your boat. There's no place to move your boat, so you just go ahead and take it out of the game and take a cleanup token. So I am wanting, man, none of these help me. None of them help. Oh, that's so bad. Well, I need to do something that doesn't help you.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
I mean, I'm always down to helping myself, so.
right. So I will do this.
Oh, come on. Okay, that sounds good. That's fair.
Yeah. So I'm doing that. It's going to give me two things of my choice.
Okay.
So I've already got a metal port over here. I've got a purple port over there, which I can turn purple, and now I have a green. So I'm going to take 2 green, so I
Okay.
can turn these into points at the end. So that was it. I'm done.
And when you
So there's one last thing, and this was the reason why I did it, was I get to trigger this ability.
Okay.
Which this ability is to pick one of my port tiles, and I can trigger the scoring, but I don't have to actually get rid of the resources. So I can just basically pick this one, and I can show that I have 3 kelp, so I can take 3 points. So I'm going to take 3 cleanup tokens.
Gotcha.
And yeah, so that was the actual purpose.
That's nice.
And yeah.
Okay. Okay, so that was the end of your turn, correct?
Yep. So this is your last turn.
I'm going to take my
I don't have any.
3 fish. I'm going to build my port here, and it was both of these. I'm going to use this one. Whoops.
You should get rid of this and get a cleanup token for it.
Okay.
Yep.
That also triggers exactly what happened to you. which I have a green thing here, so then I can get
take two more.
Two extra green tokens.
Yep.
And that is the end of my turn, I believe. Unless, wait, no, and I still get these flotilla. I have my location ability to take these 2 gray.
Yep.
Things. Okay, cool.
Okay, so that's it. So now we go. We do scoring. So helps if do you have a calculator or a something you can write down the points for us on?
Yes, I have a piece of paper alongside of me.
Okay, awesome. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to trade in our any resources we can trade in. So I can trade in these 3. I'm going to get rid of these 3 kelp.
Okay.
For 3 points. And then I think I'm going to get rid of, I have a metal over here. I believe I only have 1 metal, so I can get rid of 3. So that last metal is wasted. So that's 3 more points.
Okay.
And I believe, I do. I have a purple up there, so I can trade in these, and that's 2 more points. So that's it for mine. So then we look at yours. So do you have where are your ports? Do you have a metal?
I thought I did.
So that's
maybe I don't.
blue. You have a blue, and you have that's a blue.
No, I don't.
Oh no.
Okay.
You do have one for kelp.
Yep.
You'll be able to trade these 2 in for 2 points.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So that's it for resources. Next thing we do is we look at the port tiles themselves. So this is pretty simple. So this one right here doesn't score anything because it's not the right building type.
Okay.
This is the right building type, so you get 2 points. This is the right building type, so you get 1, and then you get another 2. So you scored 5 points off of this tile.
Cool.
So that gets flipped. Then we look at this one. So I'm getting 2 points for this location. And I'm getting 1 point. So it looks like I'm getting 3 points off of that. And you didn't get anything off of that. So this one, so I'm getting 2 points. You're not getting anything for that. I'm getting another 2 points, and you're getting 1 point.
So you got 4 points, and I got 1 point.
I got 4 points, and you got 1 point. Yep. And then this one, so I got this one turns this into 3 points. So I'm getting 3 points.
Okay. And
I think that's it. Nothing else scored off of that one. This one will score you 2 points.
Okay.
And it will score me 1 point. Okay, and then this one, this is scoring you 3 points.
Okay.
So you get 3, and I get 1 point for that. So this one here is going to score nothing for over here, and it's going to score nothing for over here. So this one scores 0 points.
Okay.
Anyone. And this one is going to score you 2 points. And then nothing there. Oh, sorry. And then another point. So you're getting 3 points total from that side, from right there. And then I'm getting 1 point for that. So So that's it for that. So then we just count up. We count up the points for our building. So I'm getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 12, 15. Okay, so I got 15 from all of the actual buildings.
Okay.
So then you are getting 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So you got 13 points for the buildings. Then we look at cleanup tokens. So count all of your cleanup tokens, including this one. So just add those. So I look like I only have 3 cleanup tokens total.
I have 10.
Okay. And then you're going to get a point for having a face-up specialist card. I'm also getting 1 point for having a face-up specialist card. And that is it.
Nice. All right. So I was writing down the here we go. Let me just write these. I was writing the score in the corner while you were talking. Oh, clear. Let me just, sorry.
No worries. You got a lot of points from cleanup. Oh, it's good.
All right, so your total is 40 points.
Cool.
And then my total is 28 points.
Well, this is one of those games where the next time you play, you will do so much better because there's a lot going on.
Yeah,
a lot of and you played really well. You played.
Oh yeah, no, that's okay. I'm used to. You had a lot of points come in from your buildings or the port tiles, and I wasn't able to get those combos as much as I wanted. So
yeah,
that's why.
It's just one of those things too. It's like I've probably played this game 200 times. Yeah, literally. So.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, someone was saying I might have accidentally docked myself 3 points because I was changing a 103 number.
Sure.
So like maybe I have like 31.
31.
So that's not too
bad.
bad.
I thought you did really well, especially you got all of
my cleanup tiles at the end.
Tiles. Yeah, you got a lot of cleanup tiles.
Yeah, no, that was really fun.
The thing that really put me over the edge, I think, was just the fact that I got these 2 big cards that gave me resources, and I was able to trade in almost all my resources except for 1. I mean, I got a lot of points by just being able to trade those in.
It was kind of crazy at the end how valuable that was to get all those resources. I was like, whoa. I was still sitting on like 1 and 2 of certain colors, and I saw you had at least 3 of each color. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. So if you can build a lot of dock tiles,
Mm.
at the end of the game, diving is actually really good, because even though you're giving your opponent resources, if you're doing the one diving, you can, if you've set yourself up with a good, diverse, set of port tiles, you can basically get points from every resource that you're getting. And since you get to choose what resources you're giving your opponent, you can basically choose to give them resources that aren't scoring them points. So it's this thing that happens towards the end of the game. The gameplay definitely changes, kind of what you have to keep in mind early on versus late. So yeah, that was Seastead.
Yeah, so this is Seastead. I really enjoy it. I agree. I think the fact that you kind of are changing your strategy midway through the game is really interesting and feels, and as you said, the game never kind of stops feeling tense. You're always kind of like, what am I doing? There was never a moment where I was like, I've coasted. I've built my engine and now it's working. It was like,
Yeah,
I'm constantly feeling like I'm building my engine, but wow.
Yeah. For a game that has like zero fighting in it, you feel like,
Yeah.
it's very, very head to head.
Still very competitive,
Yeah.
still very player interactive, even though you're not destroying your opponent. I always like games that kind of you have to weigh two different decisions, and this game is every turn is basically you just weighing lots of should I give my opponent this? Should I benefit myself this way? Obviously, I kind of made a mistake when I allowed you to build that fish card, but that's okay because it ended up kind of just showcasing like what you can do with certain choices. If I hadn't made that choice and I had decided to do something else, it definitely would have made the game last a little longer.
It's like, strategically, like if that's one reason why I might put a boat or put a ship where I think you're going to build, because it gives me a resource if you use it, but then it also lets me move my ship immediately after you use it. So I can place it in a place where I can use the resource that you just gave me. And that's really what set me over the top, was you moving that or letting me move my ship here. Because before then I was like, man, how am I going to get that one last resource? And then I was like, oh, okay, cool, I can move my ship there. And
I didn't even think about how moving your ship would be so great. I was like, oh, it's fine. Ships are barely helpful when you need, but it was like the most helpful. I was like, dang it.
and it's like, there's this thing, you don't want to necessarily give your opponent resources, but because essentially if you put a ship somewhere where they're likely to build, they're going to build for cheaper. But at the same time, you kind of, like if I see you have four resources, you're going to build wherever you want to build anyway. So if I put a ship there, at least I'm getting something, and you're going to have a leftover resource. So there's a lot of those little things, and sometimes I just really want to ship somewhere that makes it cheaper for me. So I'm looking at putting a ship somewhere at a flotilla that has a demand that does not help you at all. Like you can't build where artifacts is, so I'm going to put a ship there so I can use my own ship. So there's multiple, like everything in the game has multiple ways to use each thing, and different ramifications of every single action you take.
And I like the idea that playing this game over and over again, you could definitely decide like, okay, I'm going to build all my academies first and see how that works. Now I have all these specialist cards, or, oh, I'm going to build all my ships, try and do ships first. So it's interesting with the idea of playing it again, that you will be able to kind of manipulate the ships, the buildings in different ways to kind of make it feel like a different game.
Yeah. And I like I'm one of the designers, so I'm going to probably say, yeah, I love my game. But, at the same time, like I've designed other games. I would say this is probably the only game that I've designed that I actually have played so many times, but I don't get tired of playing it. Like, you know, I've played this game probably more than any other game I own or any other game, definitely any other game I've ever designed, and I still don't mind playing it. You know, once I start getting into the decision making of like my first couple turns, I forget I'm playing, and I'm just, you know, I just get into the flow of it and just start going. So yeah, I mean, I really like it.
That's awesome. It
Um,
is a game I definitely would recommend to various different players. As someone who doesn't always play strategy games, I still felt like the rules and the interactions are easy enough to grasp that after a couple plays, this would be something that's like you're kind of picking it up right away, which is really nice in terms of putting that game out on the table and making it accessible to different or sort of a range of players. Um, so as I said before, this is Seastead. We played a playthrough of it on Tabletop Simulator, and this game will be available in a physical copy in the fall. It's supposed to be releasing around October, so definitely make sure you talk to your friendly local game store, ask them about it, and they can pre-order it for you so you can have it in your hands when it releases, and then you can, you know, test your own seafaring adventure in the world of Flotilla. Thank you so much, Ian, for joining me today and playing and just talking through a little bit of the mechanics of the game. I really appreciated some of your tips and tricks as I was fumbling my way through some of my choices. So that is all that we have for today. Make sure that you follow us on Game Trade Media here. We will be having some more game playthroughs throughout this month. And make sure you follow WizKids. They are the designers of this game. Make sure you follow Ian as well for any more information on Seastead and the different developments that are there as we wait for this game to release in October. So I will see you all later. Thank you all for joining, and we will see you at your friendly local game store. Bye.